Can you please tell us a bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Carolyn Blondin. I'm a psychologist here at the University of Tennessee-Knoxville. I work alongside two other psychologists within the Class Center, which is a training clinic for UT school psych students. We started the PASS program, which stands for Postsecondary Autism Support Service program, about 10 years ago at this point. We provide direct one-on-one services for students on the autism spectrum, and then we also provide group and peer mentoring services.
Can you please tell us a bit about the University of Tennessee and the surrounding community of Knoxville?
So the University of Tennessee, it is a big campus, about 30,000 students altogether for undergrads, and then we also have a large graduate program with about 7,000 students altogether. Knoxville in general, I fell in love with it. I moved here about 15 years ago, and it's just such an easy, wonderful place to be. So of course the college is a big part of that, so it has a very much of a college town feeling to it. Every weekend there's like a festival or an event. So there's a lot of music and arts and cuisine that's highlighted downtown. It is really close to the mountains too, which is really cool. So a lot of people spend their weekends going and hiking or visiting Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge and Sevierville.
And how large is the PASS program?
So while we've been around for a little bit over 10 years, I've really started seeing growth within the PASS program within the last 5 years. And so we are still fairly small. So this year we had about 15 students that did the program in its entirety. And so I'm hoping to continue to see our numbers grow. So my next aim is to get our numbers above 20 and then continue from there and then continue to grow our staff as well.
What are some of your key goals and principles for PASS?
And so a little bit about what we are aiming to do. Well, the big thing is to increase students' confidence and comfort in this really big transition in their lives, going from high school to college. Part of that is that our role is not to walk for the student, but walk alongside. We're equipping students with strategies and skills and problem-solving steps to get through the various obstacles that come into figuring out this college world. And so I think that that's our main mission, is to increase that comfort. What our goals are going to look like for each person that's coming in the program is certainly going to vary. So some people are coming in with their academics are solid and they're really just wanting to increase their social comfort and interaction. So we work on that. For other students, though, they're really wanting a lot more support with the executive functioning type skills and increasing the accountability with academics, and we provide that.
Can you share a little bit about how the PASS support team is structured?
So the services are provided through graduate students within the school psychology doctorate program. So students within the PASS program, they're going to each be assigned a graduate clinician who they work with weekly on a one-on-one basis. And during that time, really that's going to be where they create goals for what they want to work on in the semester and have someone that they're checking in with, and to be able to talk through and debrief the various issues that are going on. Some of our students, that is going to be really working through relationship type issues with others and with their roommates, or with trying to increase their engagements on campus. Other people, though, it is going to be working on developing good habits to stay on top of work, and also when we are getting overwhelmed with our work, how to deal with that.
Could you please describe what the typical cadence of meetings might look like for a PASS student?
So the one-on-one piece is a really important piece to the program. So providing guidance and strategies if it seems to be that the student and the professor are having a conflict or having some issues. And then we've also had our students consult, of course, with parents, and so doing regular check-ins with them. So that's all part of the one-on-one piece. We also have the group piece of the program, and we really use that group time to allow students first to connect with others. And so we might have certain topics that we're going to talk about during the session. And I really love when the students in the PASS program are learning from each other. So we have peer mentors that PASS students can elect to also work with during the week. Several of our PASS students meet with their peer mentor weekly, and they will do various activities with the peer mentor. For example, one of our students, they meet up with their peer mentor more for academic type supports and check-ins, but if they don't have anything academically to do, they'll go and play basketball. Another mentor has connected with one of our PASS students to do a lot of more outdoor activities. They've done some outdoor hikes, which I thought has been really cool, and I especially love that they've invited other students within the PASS program to join in on their hikes as well. So the peer mentor, that is something that we've seen some growth in, and that we're going to continue to develop.
What else do you offer to help build social skills?
Another social piece that we do is alongside our group classes. And so with the group classes, by the way, students do get course credit for that. And part of our time during that is teaching and working through skills and doing more of a psychoeducation while we're talking about anxiety or habit forming or whatever we're talking about. But another piece of that is also allowing students to hang out and socialize with each other. And so we definitely encourage that. We've also had some additional optional groups for students to join in, including a game night that was occurring weekly and also a mindfulness group.
What does the PASS program application process entail?
And so you can find a lot of that information on the website. A lot of the questions that I get when students are wondering about the PASS program is first, if they should wait to apply before, until they have been accepted at UT or applied before that. My guidance is typically to wait until they have been accepted to be a UT student, just so that they're not doing added work. So the application itself, we seek out a bit more information as far as, your demographics, and we also ask an evaluation from the past or a recent IEP or educational plan if that's been provided, and then we seek out transcripts at this point from their high school. And then there's a small essay. So the big factor that we see for students who have found more success is the ones who really want to be within the PASS program, as opposed to it being a parent push. And of course, it may be that the parents are a big cheerleader behind the program, but it's the buy-in from the individual itself is going to be a big factor. And so alongside with that, and of course, we don't have to be motivated every day, all day, but those who have been willing to put in the work and to try certain tasks that may be outside of their regular routine or the regular way of doing some things, that's been helpful for the program.
What housing options are available for PASS students?
So housing is an area that is a source of stress for students and for parents, and I understand that for sure. Typically, the first 2 years, students have not had any issue getting housing, and then a lot of the students have also worked through the student disability services if they need a certain student housing accommodation. Starting about their junior and senior year, we have some students that are able to get housing and other students that have been not as lucky but been able to find and secure housing nearby campus.
How much does the PASS program cost?
Right now, the cost is listed as $3,200 per semester. Alongside with that, a lot of our students work through vocational rehabilitation for those fees to be covered.
How does the PASS program staff interact with disability services on campus?
We're housed in different departments, different buildings, but a lot of the students that come in with the PASS program, the students will be willing to sign releases for us to be able to touch base with their student disability service coordinator. That way, if there seems to be any issues along the way, or if there's anything any additional information we can provide to help support the PASS students, that will happen. There's also some really great other support-based services on campus too. So we have the Academic Success Center. They provide a lot of tutoring-based type services and also some academic coaching and accountability services. And so we've worked more with that, with those programs. There's also the Writing Center, and we have various tutoring centers on campus as well.
How do you interact and communicate with parents?
We follow not only FERPA rules, but HIPAA rules as well. So we have a lot of releases that the students are signing if they are comfortable and open to us reaching out and consulting with others. So what conversations might look like with parents would be, so we're seeing a lot of growth here. If there might be some areas of challenge that the student is open with us sharing with parents, we will do that as well. And a lot of times the parents are calling in to just check in, like, how are they seeming? Are they feeling like they're making connections? Even if they're not hearing a lot of the details about the services itself, they might just want and find comfort with us to have someone there checking in and keeping an eye on the student. We do also provide weekly community-based conversations for all parents. What that has looked like is that a couple of the graduate students had a monthly Zoom call where they don't provide details about any student, but they'll provide the clinicians more of a topic and maybe teach on a certain topic. And so we have a lot of good conversations related to this year. They even created a bit of a book club. And so we will continue that for next year as well.
What types of career services are provided to PASS students?
And so we have a great working relationship with Tennessee Valley Authority, and they strive to increase their support for neurodiverse hires. I do a bit of teaching for employees over there, and then they also provide great professional mentorship opportunities for students. Our students have taken advantage meeting with their professional mentors monthly upwards to weekly, where they talk about a lot of different professional topics. So that may be things such as networking or building a CV, interviewing skills. Folks through TVA have also done presentations and mock interviews within the PASS program class.
Do you have any student success stories you'd like to highlight?
So the student, she is now finishing up her junior year. So this was her freshman year. And she sat in during a talk that TVA was doing on creating their CV, getting ready for interviews, those types of questions. And then all of a sudden we're on Zoom and everyone's being very quiet. And she is lighting up the conversation with lots and lots of questions, and they were really great. And at the end, she's like, oh, I am totally going to get an internship with this company. And this summer, she's going to start her first TVA mentorship in cybersecurity. And so just seeing that interest and that spark during the end of her freshman year to now getting ready for this internship opportunity. And she's done presentations within the class about what the like, what the onboarding process has been like. And it's just been really, really cool to see that. And I'm very excited for her. So I would say the other strength I saw more from the social end of that was there was a student that the last couple years I've seen just so much growth in his social engagement and social motivation. I think at the beginning, very withdrawn, not wanting to connect with others. And now he's hosting game nights. He's one that invites others and creates hiking type activities for the group. And so that's been really wonderful just to see how all in he's been. And I think part of it is that he's learned to take ownership, right? I might have to get out of my comfort zone to do the creating of groups and inviting folks. And so that has been really cool to see as well.
A huge thanks to Carolyn Blondin and the University of Tennessee-Knoxville PASS program. For more information, visit their URL below. And remember to subscribe for more great content from Inclusive Academia.